Francesca is only 5 years old. One of her favorite things to do is look at the pictures on her mom's mobile phone. I remember this one time, she was looking at a certain picture when her mom said, "I don't like that picture because I look fat there." Francesca looked at her and said, "I like this picture the best. I think you look pretty in it. I think you look pretty because you're smiling." How many older, proudly educated individuals will be able to look at a picture of a dumpy woman with bags under her eyes and honestly say that they find her beautiful? There can never be a real standard for true beauty. But to Francesca, a child so innocent, true beauty comes down to a real, honest-to-goodness smile. That is wisdom from a child. We, the youth today, are quite the generation. We have all the fancy gadgets we need, or don't really need but want. We say, "I want this, and I want it now." As a result, the older generation often thinks of us as lazy and somewhat dim-witted. To be honest, this is quite true. We exhibit behavior that makes us look like we think we know better than our parents. Such as when we open our mouths without really thinking about what we're going to say. More than once I have found myself forgetting words that I have uttered during an argument with my parents. It's a truth universally accepted that parents almost always know what's best. But in some cases, the youth do know better than their parents. Never underestimate the young. Contrary to popular belief, we do possess the ability to think for ourselves. For example, there are too many gray areas as one grows older. What once was wrong becomes excusable, and it's hard to know what the right thing to do is. From what I've heard from my elders, it seems as though those who ask for help are lazy and incompetent fools. And if ever you offer help, you probably have a hidden agenda. The youth see things in black and white. One must always do the right thing. When a friend needs help, you have to help him, without thinking of being given something in return, or being annoyed that he needs help at all. They say that wisdom comes with age. We believe that as we grow older, we experience things that help us learn more about life. But some people experience problems earlier, so they mature earlier. For instance, the death of a parent or a sibling. My brother, who was born prematurely, died when I was 10 years old. It was a painful, albeit defining experience. It helped me learn to accept death and to look at life beyond the pain. That's wisdom, is it not? So it is possible to possess wisdom even if you're young. Wisdom comes not only with experience, but also with innocence. Why? Wisdom is curiosity. It's the need to learn more, to find out more. It's the need to ask why. It's having morals and respecting these morals. Above all, wisdom, besides being the possession of knowledge, is the acceptance that you cannot possess all knowledge. In the words of Socrates, wisdom is to know that you know nothing. All these we the youth possess. Unfortunately, these convictions may be weakened by the example set for us by our elders, as well as the realization that life is hard. But as long as we hold on to our innocence, we leave the door open for knowledge and discovery. So never lose your youth, never lose that will to live, that will to be who you are. You don't need superfluous words or pretentious phrases. Stay humble. And to the generation that raised us, take a leaf out of the children's book. Slow down, stop, and take in the smell of the rain. Look out the window and watch the clouds roll by. Learn to find joy once again in the simple things. We all should learn to look at the world with the wonder and sincerity of a child instead of overcomplicating things. That is true wisdom. True wisdom that is, as in the words of our Lord, living with the hearts of the young. Thank you.
Much emphasis on everybody had gadgets that you have, and too much involved in gaming, etc. Too much of something maybe not doing the best for you. How can you actually have the same control? How can you develop that sense of responsibility? It's very easy to just keep on watching the YouTube, watching music videos, texting, calling up friends, and partying, and we just have too much freedom. During my time, it was just so difficult to do many things. How do you handle it easier? So how did you actually make people be focused while being able to enjoy that?
Personally, my parents always imposed a time limit with my entertainment time. They had this parental control on my computer that automatically logged me off when it was 10 o'clock. So I had to stop whether I like it or not. So I think that it's part of the parents' responsibility to impose time limits on the freedom of their children. And they should be the ones to set examples because we normally in our culture, we don't like texting at the dinner table, right? But if children see that their parents are making calls or accepting calls while they're having dinner and their parents would rather be working on their laptops than talking with them, then I think that for the child, he would see that it's okay to spend more time doing things that he would rather do. So I think that, first of all, that parents should set examples so that children would know how to control their own. Knowledge is knowing things. You know about things. And wisdom, part of that is knowing how to use the knowledge. Wisdom, besides knowing that this is how things are, you have to know how to use that knowledge for the good, and you have to know the difference between right and wrong. Wisdom is also the acceptance that you don't know everything. You have to accept yourself that there are plenty of things that you probably still don't understand. And wisdom is also being willing to find out more about the truth.
Thank you very much. Well, the last